Hi, my name is Natalia and welcome to my channel. I would like to tell all my foreign attorneys, give some information about how to enter US law school. First of all, guys, you need to create your lsac.org account, and I'm gonna put the name of the website in the comments down below. You need to create your ID and password. After, you need to make sure that your transcripts will be all translated from the foreign language into English. Also, you need to get 2 letters of recommendations, but I prefer for you to get 3 because some schools they do require not 2 but just 3 to make sure that you have enough. Also, you need to write your personal statement, which usually takes 2 pages. Your passion for law, what kind of law do you want to do, what inspired you, and how will you change the world, and what kind of powerhouse will you be whenever you get your law degree after passing the bar. After registering on LSAC, you will be able to apply for law schools. You can choose by state, also by school ranking, which you can check that on US News. And also some states, whenever, for example, California, whenever you'll be studying for LLM, you can pass the bar in Washington or New York, or also in California. I would like to tell you about my personal experience and the schools that I got into. First, I got into some schools in California, and I will tell you also about their requirements. So, first school, Loyola School of Law. I chose General LLM. They don't have TOEFL requirements. You do need to submit 2 letters of recommendations, your transcript. Also, a letter of good standing from your law school in the country that you graduated. It's really important. Make sure that you got that document ahead of time, which will state that you are good to practice and you're in a good standing in the country that you finished your law school. Also, it needs to state with the dean's seal and signature the years that you have been studied, and also it needs to be provided with original transcripts that needs to be translated later on LSAC. You can do it, or maybe original school can do it for you, translation in English as a service that they provide. And you need to forward all those documents in a sealed packet to LSAC Direct to make sure that nothing is forged. I got in Loyola School of Law, also in Pepperdine University in Malibu, and USC Online to get my LLM. So California State does not require you, as I mentioned before, TOEFL score. What they do, they interview you on the phone or on a Skype interview to make sure that you have great written and speaking skills in order to compete with students and to comprehend the information in the law school, and to make sure that you understand all the outlines, write thesis if you need to, and to make sure that the essays will be on the immaculate level as well. Schools in California, they offered me great scholarship. They covered almost 40% of the tuition, which I'm very grateful for. So as far as bar goes, you can pass the state in California bar in the state. You can pass it in New York or Washington, as I mentioned before. Second state that I got into, it's Florida, beautiful sunny Florida, University of Miami. They do have some requirements for the TOEFL. You need to score 90 or more in order to get accepted as a student. Their tuition is $50,000. Let's talk about University of Miami. I got in. I got super score of TOEFL 90 points out of 120. I went to see the campus, guys. It's absolutely beautiful, full of palm trees, coconuts, banana leaf trees. It has beautiful library for law students. Also, the campus has its own police department, which makes it super safe. So tuition is there, $50,000. You have an option after a few months, whenever you're starting to get your LLM, you can switch to a JD without passing LSAT, which is an amazing and wonderful option, because future attorneys who wants to practice law in the state of Florida, you need to get a JD before sit for the bar. If you still want to get your LLM, I do highly recommend it for you to get it a general LLM, where you will study subjects which will be useful for New York bar or Washington if you would like to pass. So it's going to be civil procedure, criminal procedure, torts, wills and trusts, criminal law, constitutional law, contracts. So that's gonna be my recommendations. Also, a lot of students, they don't decide to work as a lawyer, but they work as a lawyer in-house, as in-house counselor, which will gives you better flexibility, I would say, and you will not be working 17 hours a day. Well, let's hope so, at least. So 50,000 tuition, great option to transfer to JD. My game plan was that I wanted to get an LLM. I still will go and sit for the bar in Texas for 2021 in July. So, and I want to do federal law, which will be immigration specifically, and I would like in the future possibly to work with EB-5 visas with investors. Or maybe I will help the girls out from the Ukraine, where I'm from, to get some K-1 visas or CR-1 visas as the alien spouse. So if you have any questions about University of Miami, please write me in the comments and I will be doing my best in order to respond to those. Let's talk TOEFL. If you want to have excellent TOEFL score, I encourage you to enroll into Kaplan International Colleges of Languages. You can get some books as skills. Here I have TOEFL strategies and practice drills. Also, these 3 books you will be able to get with 3 other little answer key and transcripts to each section, which will be super helpful. You can practice at home and to make sure that you will have the best score of your TOEFL out there. In order to register, you need to provide your ID and pay for the test $200, which will take 4 hours to complete. Whenever you go in, make sure that you don't have anything in your pockets, because you will be under cameras. It's a stressful situation, but you just need to practice in order to get a great score. So let's review university in the wonderful state of Texas. So I got into University of Texas in Austin, University of Houston, and SMU in Dallas, Texas, Deadman School of Law. Let's start with the first one. University of Texas, in order to be a student, your TOEFL required score needs to be 101 or up or higher. So you better be very super prepared for the TOEFL score in order to get into the school and be a student. It's nationwide, it's top 16 on US News. So it's wonderful school. Passing rate of the bar is one of the highest one in Texas. So if you are a student, congratulations, and I highly recommend for you to go to the school. The tuitions there, I believe it's $35,000. Houston, TOEFL score requirement 90 or up, tuitions $30,000. They do have on-campus living, so if you would like to live with a roommate on campus, you will be able to do so. Let's talk about SMU. SMU is a private university in Texas. TOEFL score must be 90 or up, and you can live on campus, or you can talk to the real estate agent who works for the school, who is doing apartment locator work. They will send you the list of apartments which are close in the proximity to the university, and you will be able to see which one you prefer to live. And what's your budget, it depends. So the SMU, I got a wonderful scholarship from the dean. I'm super grateful for, because tuition is quite expensive in Texas. It is $50,000. So I will be visiting campus soon, and I will be able to share with you what I thought of it, and to give you some ideas of where to live. And I know it is really close to downtown Dallas, only 10 minutes. So whenever you pass the bar, let's talk about that. In 2021, we will have UBE, it's Uniform Bar Exam. If you will pass this bar in Texas, you will be automatically admitted in 36 other states, which